What is going on, guys? You got again here with another video. This time we got the Crucible that just dropped today. This is part one of a 4-part series that I'm about to drop. It's too many bosses to do one video, so I decided to break it up into 4 separate parts. So the first fight we have here is Yandu. He has super masochism, so pretty much a standard Hawkling fight. When you intercept, you do get a Fury, and then you just could go to town with him. I didn't play him like you usually play him, which is you pretty much get to like 1.9 bars of power, you stand back, you get your 8 shift charges, and then you hit into their block with the unblockable SP2. You get a lot of damage. That's not really necessary on this particular boss. You just pretty much intercept him and get the Fury anyway, and that's what I was doing. Most of these fights are pretty standard. I didn't see too many changes when I was going through the first part. So far I completed Act 7.1 bosses. Then I stopped to upload this video, put all these clips together, and then make a quick guide for you guys out there who's looking for a guide on who to use. Now remember, on this thing you only can use 1 champion per quest for the first half. So say you have a 6-star Hawkling, you only can use him once. But if you do have a 5-star Hawkling, you can't bring that rarity in. So you can use 2 different rarities. You just can't use the same exact champ like for the whole path. So you can't hurt all 18 fights in the first path pretty much. But the good thing about this is it's split into 2 different paths. So 7.1 and 7.2. And then you get 5 level 3 revives at the end. Then you end the quest and you're 50% complete. So then you can go back into the quest again and use the same champs you used in the first half that you used in the second half. So from what I've seen so far, this quest is not really terrible. It's just really long. I mean, 64 fights is a lot. I didn't plan on doing it in 1 day. I plan on doing it over 4 days. And as I do each path, I'll pretty much put a guide out for you guys look at, and you can see your options. Now for this fight, she has bullet time. I think that's the node. And what you have to do is you have to parry her attack, and you'll see the little charge at the top right of the corner under her name. Once you dex the attack, she's stunned for how many attacks you parry. I think it's like 1.5 seconds. And then when they're stunned, she has stun vulnerability. So what that is you get like a 200% attack. I don't remember what the attack bonus is, but it's a big attack bonus. So you can use any champ you want pretty much on her. I just opted to use Kitty Pryor because I know she gets them prowess, SP2 while she's phased, and her stun. It does a lot of damage, as you can see right there. I probably won't be talking the entire guide because it's 50 minutes. I don't want to talk for an entire hour. So I have music playing in the background so you can see. Feel free to skip around if you want. If you kind of see what to do, then you can, okay, I can go to the next one. And then you keep it moving. One thing you do want to watch out with her is her SP1, because it pushes you back kind of far, and then she has that evade charge, which I think this node actually counteracts that. If you just parry and then you dex, she'll get she'll get stunned anyway. And she does have the shock vulnerability, as you can see where she evaded me, how much damage I took on the shock. So you want to be careful for that. So it's probably easier to bait her SP2s out because she doesn't have an evade charge after that. She can't sabotage you. And it's easy game, easy life. I did this path like 3 times because I was in class actually. I was in a virtual class, and I was trying to get some of these fights done because I knew I wanted to get this guide out to you guys as soon as possible. And then I got hit right there because the teacher asked me a question. And I was like, whatever, I just go back in with a 20% revive and finish her off. What do you guys think about this Crucible quest? I think it's fun. I'm glad that Kabam is coming up with different ways to keep the game going with Everest content. I'm pretty sure they get a good reception from this. They're probably going to do all the Act 8 bosses, which is, for me, is a little harder. But for this quest, I think the hardest bosses so far at 7.1 was the Fusion champs, especially Electro Luke, and then you'll see later on in the video, I guess in Spider Witch, those 2 were the worst ones for me. So I didn't solo all these bosses, but I did solo about 90% of them. And I could have easily soloed her, but I just wasn't paying attention. Trying to get the class done and playing this at the same time is not a good idea. Alright, so for this next boss that's coming up, I think this is Black Widow Clairvoyant. Yeah. So initially I was going to use Titania, but then I read the notes. She has the evade and unstoppable. So pretty much it's a standard She-Hulk fight with chance that got evade and unstoppable. You just throw the heavy, you get a 10-second slow, and then the node is you have to finish a combo. It's the juke node. You have to finish a combo with medium and then light, and you're supposed to get some kind of benefit from it. I really didn't notice it. And for reference, this is a 6-star rank 3 She-Hulk, I think. Maybe rank 4. I think I did rank 4 her for the EOP Al's man back in the day. Spring of Sorrow, whatever it was called. But yeah, she's rank 4, and you notice I don't have a relic on her because I didn't feel like taking relics off, putting relics back on, because most of these bosses are not that difficult. I did have quite a few input issues, I'm not gonna lie. That did get me killed a few times. And I do play on an Android tablet, and my tablet is like 2 years old, I believe, maybe 3 years old. So I think maybe the age of my tablet is the reason why. Like the game update, it gets more advanced, more champions, and my tablet can't keep up with the technology. And I'm not about to buy a new tablet. I do have a cell phone, but I get calls and stuff all the time, and I didn't want to record on my cell phone, then to get a call in the middle of a video, so that's why I always record on my tablet. Pretty much with her, you want to bait her SP. Her specials are really easy to dex, even though they're unblockable, it doesn't really matter. Her SP1 and SP2 is easier to dex. If you don't feel comfortable dexing the SP1, push her to XP2 and just keep dashing back, and she'll never hit you. Just make sure you refresh the slow on her. So I know usually with She-Hulk, you can build up her Furies doing the SP1, then you bait out their specials and their Furies climb up. That was not happening with the node. But she still hits kind of hard, even with one Fury. See, I get 42, and that's a 6-star rank 4. So if you have like a Ascended She-Hulk or a 6-star rank 5, you'll probably get her down to half the time that I did. You can use other champs that have slow. Spider-Gwen is another one. She has slow on her heavy. You can use her. Even Quicksilver. You start with a heavy and dash back until you get 300 charges, and pretty much she's slow the whole fight. You never got to worry about her. So there are other options you could use. I just picked the option I thought was easier. And plus, she's only a 6-star rank 4. I didn't have to bring a 7-star in for this, or Ascended, or anything like that. And it does take a while. You can get this fight down way faster than this. I know you can. Especially if you actually play the node like you're supposed to and aim with combos with light and mediums. And since her passive, Fury is passive, she's probably the reason why she's not benefited from that node. I'm not sure about that, but that's my guess. Alright, I'll let the rest of this fight play out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, she tried to get me in that last special. That would have killed me too. Alright, so for this fight is Crucible. I recommend bringing her because they got the Chin Thorns, which pretty much, if they got to armor up, you bleed. Crucible is bleed immune, so you never have to worry about that. For this fight, it's pretty simple, standard Crucible fight. Plus he gets lots of buffs, so it's a lot of damage for her. Parry, try to get the combo, and then intercept like that, and then parry heavy. You get all 3 of her little icons going, and then you throw the SP2, and then pretty much as many likes as you can to the SP1. That's pretty much it. That's the rotation that I use. I'm not saying that's the optimal way to play her, but that's the way that I play her. But I always want to get the SP2 going and then the SP1. The thing about this is he gains a lot of power. So you see her icons are grayed out. They fall off kind of fast. And you don't want to intercept when they're about to have 1 bar of power. But that's why I wasn't intercepting as much, because he was just gaining way too much power. So usually I hit it 2 hits and I'll back up, and then I'll intercept again. The other side, let's go for the double buffs on that one. And then bait out his specials. Then I got the intercept right there. I got the Fury. She does have that node. When you intercept, you do get a Fury. And then you hit him with that soul bar, and he's starting to melt. Bait out this SP2. And the good thing about Crucible, why I like her so much, is you can block that SP2 and you will heal the block damage. And she's ticking for a nice 13k on that soul bar. She is such a fantastic champion. We was having this discussion in my alliance today, who's the better champion, Mystic, Crucible, or Chavez. I think Chavez is, but watching this gameplay, man, I don't know, I might change my mind. She might be the best Mystic. A pretty easy standard Crucible fight. I'll probably be bringing her in part 2 as well to use her again. I don't have a 7-star, I only got a 6-star rank 4, and she was not ascended. So imagine what a 7-star rank 3 would be doing. It'd be easy. Alright, so for this fight, this has the power reserve. Champions power costs less. And I did not play null like you're supposed to. Usually what you do is you get as many heavies as you can. You can either go for the SP3 rotation for a longer fight, or you could do SP1 to SP2. But I am not that great at dexing Green Goblin specials. Not fully anyway. I could dex like the last hit. It's easy. Same thing with his SP2. I could dex the last 2 hits. But that first hit, if he catch you on that backdraft, you're pretty much dead. And it has it to where if he puts a debuff on you, it has like a big potency on it. If you get caught with 1 debuff, you're pretty much dead. So what I did here is try to bait out the specials. And he doesn't, it's not really that bad on the block anyway. And plus he has red lining. So if you get like more than 2.5 bars of power, you pretty much get power drain. As you can see, and it costs no power for him. So sometimes he throws SP1s back to back. And then this AI is not improving. I'm hoping they're really improving because it's really hard to bait out these specials sometimes. It takes so long. And I don't know what's up with that. They said it's supposed to be better, but I haven't really seen a difference. But pretty much if you want to play him the right way, is you get as many armor breaks as possible. And then what you want to do is you want to hit him with light attacks to extend that corruption. I did not do that this fight because I was scared of that SP2 hitting me. So I just kind of played it safe. And that's why it took so long to take him down. But you can take him down way easier if you play more aggressive. Especially if you great at dexing his attacks. You can play really aggressive with Null. Especially when you get them armor breaks and that corruption going. You can just hit him, spam light attacks, bait out the spectrum, and go back in again. Obviously, I didn't do that. I was just playing it safe. I did not want to start over on the 3rd fight. If I died right here, I probably would have started over depending on how much health he had left. And then right there, I got too much power, so I'm about to get power drain. Right there, I parried and got too much power. But you definitely want to throw that SP1 first. With at least 20 armor breaks, that'd be sufficient enough to take him down pretty fast. And then race to the SP2 and throw that SP2. Alright, I'll let the rest of this fight play out, and I'll see you guys in the next fight. Oh, before I even go, Hogbuster. So I did not record the Hogbuster clip because it took me like 25 minutes to kill this guy. So I thought Magneto would shut down the nodes, and he did not. So if you plan on doing this, if you're watching this video, do not bring red mags for that Hogbuster, even though he is metal. You're gonna have a miserable time. I was doing like 1,000 damage per hit. Even the SP3, I couldn't even get to 44 hours. So like it stopped at 39. I don't know if that's a bug or something with him, but yeah, it was a bad time. But it does have the shock node on there, so I think maybe Shuri might be a little better. But it does have that Thorns node as well. So that's the reason why I didn't bring Shuri, but I should have. But it is what it is. So just for future reference, if you are planning on facing that Hogbuster, do not bring red mags. It does not work. Alright, now I'll let the rest of the video play out. Oh, and the reason why he's not healing is because Null pretty much shuts down that healing with the corruption. That's the only reason why I brought him, because I didn't want to deal with that healing. Alright, so for this next fight, I brought Nick Fury. So he has a tantrum node, and pretty much the more you hit him, he gets these tantrum charges. And if you knock him down, if he doesn't have a concussion or like a I think it's like concussion and disorient buff on him, you're going to take damage every time you knock him down. Then it has the Matador. Pretty much they get a bar of power and use it, you get a bar. If you hold your power and they use a special, you get drained. I think that's how it worked anyway, I'm not sure. But with Nick Fury, this is a pretty simple fight. Just spam SP1s. His disorient does not last long enough to get to the SP2 and do some real good damage. So that's why you see me spamming SP1s in this video. Or what you could do is just not even care, ignore the node and get spam SP2s anyway, and then get your second life and then nail him down. That's what most people do with Nick Fury anyway. I mean, it's not gonna matter, you can't use him again anyway in the quest. So if you want to get this fight done a little faster than you're seeing now, just spam SP2s. It has power shield as well, so that's why those SP1s are hitting so hard. But imagine an SP2 is probably gonna hit way harder than that. So my recommendation is try a couple SP2s. I got a card right there. Try a couple SP2s and see how much damage you take from the tantrum. And if it's too much, just stick to SP1s. And it's power shield, but as you can see, damage over time ignores that node. So he's gonna get bleed damage anyway. So you're pretty much doing damage the entire time. And this is a pretty easy fight. I would not recommend bringing the Zemo. So I did try Zemo before I did this on my second account, thinking that permanent disorient was gonna work, but it's passive. And so it doesn't count as an actual debuff. I don't know why the game is like that. They need to look into that, like seriously, because that doesn't make any sense. So you will take a lot of damage with Zemo if you put that SP1 on him and get that disorient and knock him down. You're going to take damage. All right, that's just something to keep in mind. Another option for this is Hitmonkey. You can use Hitmonkey as well, but I just chose to use Nick Fury because it's pretty easy. Alright, so for this next fight, we got Red Hawk. And this is what I opted to use on Zemo. It has the intercept node on here. So you get a Fury pretty much when you intercept him. And he does have, I think, masochism. So when you like get a buff, it gets nullified and he gains health, as you can see right there. But you're gonna see why in a couple minutes why that really doesn't matter with Zemo. So pretty much with him, you just want to bait out SP1s, standard Zemo fight, intercept, throw the SP2, and get those bleeds going. And I do run Despair, max Despair. So once I get 10 bleeds on him, it's not really going to matter about the node anymore. You can pretty much ignore that. And that's what I did on this fight. At first I was like, oh man, he's regenerating all this health. I ain't doing no damage. Pretty much everything I'm doing is going back. Then I forgot I had Despair. So to me, Despair is one of the best masteries in the game, especially when it comes to nodes for regen. Once you get enough debuffs on them, you never got to worry about that. And that's pretty much what happened here with this fight. I got those bleeds on him. And that's another thing. Usually when you root somebody, they throw a heavy immediately, but now they're starting to block. So I don't know what's up with this AI, what's changing with it, but they really need to look into that. As you can see right there, the regeneration prompt came up, but he didn't really get anything because we got all those bleeds on him. Now this is another option, or you can pretty much use a champion that doesn't get debuffs. Doesn't get buffs at all, but dexterity counts anyway. So I think it's one champ in a game that if you use dexterity, it doesn't see it's a dexterity, she gets another buff. I forgot the champion, but you can use that person too. But I think Zemos is a lot easier to use. That's pretty much what I use for this fight. All right, so I'll let the rest of the fight play out, and I'll see you guys in the next fight. So another thing, in my opinion, with this Crucible, it's not really about how fast you can get a fight done. And I'm sure that our champ is way faster than this. It's just about getting this done with as few revives as possible. So far, I've only used one revive. Like I said, with Hogbuster, it gets to me like 25 minutes to get that done. It's ridiculous. So don't make the same mistake I made. Yeah, you'll be easy. You'll be good to go. Alright, so for this next fight, this is the Vision. He does have tenacity, and he does have a node to if you gain power, like if you get a power gain, it pretty much you get a power drain instead. So it pretty much reverses your power gain. And to me, long shot always pretty much melts Vision, so that's why I brought him. And this is a pretty fast fight. I do want to tell you that he will. It has power shield on here. So as you can see, it's pretty much his health pretty much just got melted, and he will shrug off some of your bad karma nodes. So just keep that in mind. As you can see, that was a pretty easy fight. It's pretty much 2 specials and he was done. Long shot on power shield is just ridiculous. So for this fight, this has heavy assault and Lazarus, rust and ruin. So Lazarus is, you pretty much got to kill them. Technically, you got to kill them 5 times. You got to knock them out 5 times because they get 5 revival charges. And it has an armor break. So this dude is the perfect counter for healer. I don't think there's anybody way better than this. It's like hands down, he's the best one. And he has heavy assault. So you know how his heavy is when he pretty much gets refined. His heavy hits pretty crazy. And I got to drop input right there because why not? And I got them Furies right there. And as you can see, nice little SP1 off that. Another thing you could do is you could get spam heavies. So I tried to do it like you're supposed to fight him. Intercept with a light attack, but she didn't want to dash in. So I just play it like normal, like whatever. I ain't gonna worry about it. And I got hit right there. Doesn't matter. I can just regen all that back with medium, right, medium. Got dead right there. Then heavy is the SP1. That pretty much almost took her out. And this way you'll see she'll start getting those revival charges. $100K heavy, that's just insane right there. Another one. So what you could do right here is, she does get unblockable. I think when she gets like 5 charges or something like that. I don't remember what it was. So I just kind of played it safe because you can't parry because she's unblockable, of course. And of course, his SP1 is unblockable, so it's really easy. And then easy fight. All right, next we got Jug. He has the Caustic Temper and Rising Sun. So I chose to use Scorpion for this because pretty much you have to be poison immune champ or you'll get melted with that Caustic Temper. And it has a Rising Sun, so he takes like less damage unless you have a Fury. You could essentially bring any poison immune champ. I guess opted to bring Scorpion because I'm just gonna use I-Bomb anyway for Weapon X. But there's plenty of champions poison immune you could use. But I just use Scorpion. And this is a longer fight because I did mess up a couple times. Pretty much standard Scorpion fight. You could do the medium. But the thing about it is it has that juke node to where you have to end the combo with a medium and then end the combo with a light. And this fight takes a little longer than usual because you have to knock them down because of the Rising Sun node. And for some reason, the relic counts as hits. But the relic didn't count as hits in the Spring of Sorrow. It's weird. I don't know how that works, but anyway. And he does have unblockable specials. And normally his his specials are easy to dex. One thing you do not want to do is let him get into a rhythm with that unstoppable. If he gets into that rhythm, it's hard for him. It's hard for them things to fall off. And you will see that here pretty soon in the fight. As you can see, I started getting DJing because I had too many Furies on me. So I guess if you're going to be doing a SP2 rotation, make sure you have about 3 Furies. You don't have too many. And this SP1 does too many hits. So that's the reason why you don't see me using this SP1 to stack up them shocks for those power stings or power burst damage or however you want to call it. So that's the reason why you don't see me doing the SP1s, because there's too many hits in this SP1. But this is a pretty simple fight as well. It's not that bad. Like I said, anybody that's poison immune you can use. I just use Scorpion. Ant-Man, I think he's poison immune. You can use him. I think he's poison immune. I-Bomb is not poison immune, and I'm not sure if he gets too many poisons, it might actually hurt him. So that's the reason why I didn't bring I-Bomb. So I figure pretty much it'll be Scorpion. All right, I'll let this play out, and I'll see you guys in the next fight. All right, so we finally got him down. It took a little longer, like 2.5 minutes. So for this Weapon X, he has poison vulnerability. So the perfect champ for this guy is I-Bomb. This I-Bomb is a 6-star, rank 4. And like I said, a lot of these champs, I didn't really feel like wasting time putting their relic on them. I probably will put a relic on the one for Gwynmaster. And then the 2 Kangs, I'll definitely use the champion that has a relic for that, because those are actually big boss fights. But these standard little fights I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. So everybody pretty much knows how to play Weapon X. Sometimes he will catch you, because usually when he has that unblockable and that rage charges up, he's supposed to be like super aggressive. Sometimes the AI is just not aggressive. He should be really easy to intercept, but that's not always the case. I know you see his regeneration is going, but it doesn't matter because the poison is outdoing the regeneration. Once you get that acid burn, pretty much it's a wrap for him. Pretty easy fight for Weapon X. He's not really that difficult to fight. I would highly recommend using, I know you can use like Lady Deathstrike. It's probably the best Weapon X counter in the game. But this is the poison vulnerability node, so a lot easier with I-Bomb. As you can see, we still got a full yellow bar. Pretty simple fight. Then you have to bring a relic, changing relics and all that stuff. It's no point. Pretty much this rotation is SP2s and SP1s. And that's pretty much it. And we get in with the SP2 intercept, and he's out of here. All right, so for these fights coming up, this is where I really start to have issues, especially this guy. So this is the Electro Luke. He doesn't really have, he looks like Luke Cage, but he doesn't have any Luke Cage abilities. He pretty much got all the Electro abilities. He has Electro SP1, which is easy. It's kind of like Mcoc in my opinion, where you do a 4-hit and then you dash back. And then he has Electro SP2, which I cannot dex to save my life, and you will see that coming up. But I use Falcon because I didn't want that damage back, because you know the Electro, he has that damage back on contact. And I'm sure you can use champions that don't have contact hits. They're probably way better than Falcon. But you know Falcon lock on pretty much shuts that down, and that's why I use him. And he is a 6-star rank 3. I'm pretty sure if you got a 7-star or 6-star rank 4 or 5, you pretty much would have had this fight down. As you can see right there, that SP2, I just cannot dex that SP2. It's weird the way it travels, and he killed me. And we do die a few more times in here, and I was not about to start over from the beginning just to try to get through the whole gauntlet with Vipers. That's just stupid. So I get revived. I mean, look at the units. I got 17,000 units. If I have to use units to get to the end, I use units, but it's worth it. But if you do use Falcon, make sure you only hit him when you're in lock on. Because if you're not in lock on, you're going to take damage back, and that damage back is quite potent. Or you could opt to use another champion that doesn't have contact hits, like Shuri, I believe. I mean, you won't do any shock damage, but you could build up your crits that way. So you still get critical damage on him. And you can use Shuri if you wanted to, because all her hits are non-contact hits. So you never have to worry about getting that damage back on him. But I guess opted to use Falcon. That's who I used the first time, and I did this way back when it came out. And that's who I decided to use this time. Alright, I'll let this video play out. You can watch me die a few more times, and I'll see you in the next fight. As you can see right there, I was too close. That's pretty much why he watched me right there. And he is hit pretty hard on the block. And plus this is only a 6-star rank 3. So here I'm trying to wait out the that's the only thing I don't like about Falcon is that lock on, you have to wait it out. It has such a cooldown, a long cooldown. It kind of sucks. And of course, he don't want to throw a special. Why not? Why would he throw a special? So if you are going to use Falcon, you probably have a much better time than me if you have a higher rank. Pretty sure like a 7-star rank 2 or even a rank 1 dude would have been on finish this fight by now. And we bait out one more SP1 and we should get the kill off this SP2. Horrible fight for me. Alright, we're gonna get a few more fights left for this first part of this guide. And these are all the hybrid bosses, which were not my favorite ones. They're kind of annoying to fight. Her, she was not that bad, Punishing Angel. So she does have Punishers SP1 and SP2. And this has the Mercy node. So you have to dex pretty much as you can. And then once you parry, you'll transfer the Mercy over to them, and that's the only way they take any real damage. And she does have Mighty Charge, so if she's dashing in, sometimes you won't get that parry off because they're debuffing you when they have Mighty Charge. I know the standard way to play Onslaught is SP1, heavy into SP1, heavy for extended pause where they're not stunned, and then drop your SP2, heavy into SP2. But with this Mercy node, you kind of really can't do that unless you line everything up perfectly, because you have to dex a lot of attacks. But as you can see right there, the damage is still pretty decent. So pretty much dex as many hits as you can, and then parry when you have 5 or 6 mercy buffs and they fall off like 1 second at a time. So that gives you, that's how much time you got to do damage pretty much. As you can see them falling off a little bit at a time. That's your window of opportunity to do damage. So if you want, you could dex like 20 times, and then you got a long window to do your damage. Me, I just did a few times, and then I just did damage when I can. And I did try to get those extended pauses in when I should have punished her heavy right there. I don't know why I didn't. Another way to get the extended pause, should have punished it again right there. I don't know what I was thinking. But with him, I just did the SP1 and the SP2. I mean, this wasn't a bad fight at all. This is a pretty easy fight. As you can see, the damage without the mercies still ticking for 12k. So imagine if I would have had the mercies on her, it would have been a lot more damage. And I'm pretty sure you can use any champ for this fight as well. It doesn't matter who it is. I just use Onslaught because he's pretty much bleed immune. So if I did get caught with an SP1 or SP2 from them, I'll just heal all that damage back anyway. But on Onslaught, Omega Red, anybody that's bleed immune, just in case you get caught with a special. And plus, her specials do hit hard on a block, so you do not want to push her to SP2. That thing hits pretty hard on your block. So try to bait out her SP1s when you can. And it kind of helps when you're dexing to get to some mercies anyway, so it kind of helps you anyway to bait the specials out. This is actually one of the bosses where it wasn't really that bad to fight, the hybrid bosses. And then the Ice Phoenix, same thing as well, wasn't that bad. The worst one for me was that Luke Cage, you just seen me fight, and then this one coming up, I think this is Scarlet Witch one, was a pain in the butt for me. Alright, so oh yeah, that's Night Carnage. So for this dude, I cannot switch him. I just don't trust the game with hitting into the block twice because you might get parried. So it's kind of difficult to switch now. And one thing with that, right, you can start off doing a parry heavy for Diablo, but then once you get into it, he starts evading, just parry, then medium, you get a poison. He does have poison vulnerability on. And he has a node to where if he makes contact with you, you get a shock on you. But it doesn't happen if they have a poison. So that's why I decided to go with Diablo. And as long as they got a poison on them, you don't have to worry about the shock. And it does have Spectre, so your regeneration rate is reduced by 200%. And I don't know how I could be caught by these specials. I dodge these specials all the time. It's just the inputs on the game that it's terrible. But he has, so you do not, if you are going to use Diablo, you do not want to throw his SP1 and then dash back and get the regen, because you're pretty much going to kill yourself. So what I did here is opted to go for the SP3 to get them poisons going, and then SP2s. And this is a 6-star rank from the PI. It looks like a rank 3. Maybe it's a rank 4, I'm not sure. Rank 3 or 4, I don't know, but I use Diablo because of the poison. He has really easy access to poison, so you don't have to worry about the shock. Or you can just make a champ that's shocking you and not have to worry about it. But like I said, with him, I know you can switch him when he dashes back and the timer goes up. You hit into his block 4 times and he switches. But I just don't trust that, because now when you hit into their block, they just repair you. So that's why you never saw me switch him. I just don't trust it. And this is an easy fight. I should have way more health than this, but I kept getting caught by specials when I dex. Like, it seemed like the game didn't register my dex in time or my swipe back, and I just kept getting hit. But we did get the one shot on him. He's one of the easier bosses too. If you can switch him, you never have to worry about anything. It's way easier. This is where things are just horrible for me. As you can see, my inputs are gonna get dropped. I try to dex and nothing was working. And she does have a lot of evades. She has Scarlet Witch's S specials, SP1 and SP2. And it has special Chaos and Virgin. As you can see, I try to block that, and then again, my block just dropped. Like that's ridiculous. I know this can't be the only person this happening to, man. They need to fix the controls. Like there's no way I just let her hit me like that. Like my controls just fell. Like it failed. She is not actually a hard champion to fight. The reason why I did bring Overseer is because she can't inflict poison on you. And you can see he gets retaliation every time. Look at the controls. She just, man. Every time she tries to poison you, you get retaliation. That's why I decided to bring him. But I would highly recommend bringing a poison immune champ. Like yeah, he probably could use Torch, but he probably die from poison. So Hawk would probably be another a good option to bring. She-Hulk. Maybe She-Hulk can stop her evade with the slow. But again, I'm just getting hit. Like I know I'm parrying. I've been parrying for like the last 5 years, so I know how to parry. But the controls just stop all the time. I don't understand how they can't fix these issues. Right there, that was actually my fault. I should not have hit her in that block that many times. And it does have a note that says her ability, she cannot evade if she's blocking. So, and she still evaded me. So she was not supposed to do that. So if you are going to use like Overseer or Hawk, just parry and do 3-hit combos. Parry, do 3-hit combos, and pray that your parry actually works. And then she's not really that bad. As far as baiting her specials, I kind of just walked up to her or just stood there and let her throw it, and then you can either block it or you just reverse controls, dex it. Alright, I'll let the rest of this fight play out, and I'll see you guys in the last 2 fights. Oh, that's what I forgot. In case you don't know how to play Overseer, you pretty much want to get 6 of his gamma buffs, and he gets those by either being immune to something or punishing like a special. Not punishing a special. When they get a bar of power, he gets a buff, a gamma buff. And actually, when you go in cosmic mode, when you have 6 charges, you want to kind of spam lights. That's what does all the damage. But the thing is, with her, she evades so much, you really can't just spam lights and then dash back and then intercept with a light. That's the best way to do it. Okay, again, I got hit. Anyway, that's the best way to play him. It's duo. I do have a 7-star rank too, but I just bought the 6-star rank 4 because I was going to use him again later on. But yeah, that's the way you play him. Get in cosmic mode and you spam light attacks, and he does a crap load of physical damage on his lights. Of course, that's pretty much 2 fights that I lost because of drop inputs. And hopefully we get her. I don't know if I took 3 or 4 revives to kill her, but this is definitely my worst fight besides the Electro Loop. Everything else is pretty easy. Now, luckily they don't have any of these champs in the later on down the line. I think I used my, I did use my Magneto. Yep, I got killed again. I'm supposed to save him from Mcoc, but it is what it is. I could easily kill Mcoc. I think this is revive number 3 or 4. And I think we finally get her in here. And then we have Ice Phoenix left, and I think Imperium is the last champ. And then that'll be the end of the guide. I work on the next one tomorrow. I'll probably have it out on Friday. And then this weekend I work on the last 2 parts. Then I do a crystal opening. And this is where you get the stun, and you just kind of spam light attacks and then spam SP1s. And she shrugs that stun out pretty fast, and you don't want to get caught spamming light attacks and she gets an SP1. She has pretty much evade and then hit you with it. Once I failed a parry right there. And we barely get the kill. Alright, so for this next fight, this is the Ice Phoenix. You definitely want to bring somebody that's cold snap immune or resistant, because that cold snap can do some pretty chunky damage. And she has Iceman SP1 and Iceman SP2. And then it has the root, to where if you don't throw a special before that timer, you're going to get rooted for like 7 seconds or something like that. So that kind of messes with you a little bit, because you know with Sasquatch, you want to throw with SP2 when he has the Wrath of Tanorak, and then you can spam SP1s. And this root thing is just annoying. I don't think she had that in the original boss. I think that's something they upgraded. If you're not comfortable dodging her SP1, you can always just go for the SP2. Push her to SP2. But to me, this is the best choice to use. Sasquatch. And she does quite a bit of the damage on the block too. So that's why I say one thing, her SP2 is way easier to dex than her SP1, depending on where you at on the screen. And then keep in mind, you have to pretty much constantly throw heavies. So if you're one of those guys that uses the recoil masteries, I highly recommend taking them off for at least to get through this gauntlet. Because some of these nodes do require you to throw quite a bit of specials. And we got the Wrath for Tanorak again. And for some reason, I don't know if the healing was shut off, but I should have started healing when I was that low right there. I'm not sure why I didn't start healing, but whatever. And we almost get the one shot on her, but you'll see why I didn't get the one shot. I don't know what I was thinking. See how I easily dex that SP2. It's just pretty simple to dex. It's just two dexes. I'm like, okay, she's down. She's about to go down. Should be easy. We get this SP2, and I should be able to knock her off. Then I throw the SP1 too soon. And then I dex like early. I don't know why I did that. But that should have been an easy one shot. That's just me being tired, not using my brain like I'm supposed to. Do a 20% revive to get her down, and then move on to the final boss for 7.1, which is Mcoc. She's pretty easy as well. And then I work on 7.2 tonight. She does have ice armor, so keep that in mind, that your parry will fail. And that's it right there. Here comes Mcoc. So she has selective time stream. And pretty much what that is once that timer, you see that timer in the middle, once it goes to 0, she'll gain all her health back. So she can have 1% health and she'll get 100% health. So the reason why I use Hawkbuster is because he has easy access to shots just off his heavy. And she does have high energy diet, so you do not want to bring a champion that does energy damage. That's like, you're not going to do any damage at all, so keep that in mind. So I just brought Hawkbuster and spam SP1s and heavy, and that's pretty much it. She doesn't have an SP3, she just has an SP2. But when she does get her SP3 with I think 10 prowess, it is unblockable, her SP2. And if you get hit with that SP2, you're pretty much dead. So the only thing you gotta do is it's like a nice slow fight, just SP1s and just heavies. Because SP1 does stun her, and you just refresh the shot with a heavy, and it's pretty simple. Probably the easiest boss of Act 7. She is like not that hard at all. Can't say the same for Mcoc. It's going to depend on if you can intercept her. She's going to be aggressive. This is pretty simple. You can play passive. It doesn't matter. As long as you get that shotgun before that timer reaches 0, you have to worry about selecting time stream. And this is a 7-star rank 2 Hawkbuster. But on my alternate account, I did this fight with a 6-star rank 3 Hawkbuster. It took a lot longer, and it's taken down. But he is the safest option in my opinion. You got somebody better in mind, then use them. But like I said, you never have to worry about her regenning. Do the selected time string because he's gonna have that shock. And no, the shock is not doing damage, and that's not the purpose of that shock. The purpose is to stop her from healing. Like, I don't care about the 3 damage. As long as she got a shock on her, she'll never heal. And don't do like I did like there, being risky. She doesn't shrug off stuns, but if you don't get that heavy off in time and try to do like multiple heavies, she can like catch you with an SP2 and you're pretty much gonna die. So just play it safe. You don't have to spam heavies. Just one heavy is good enough. And that is it for 7.1. Alright guys, hit that like and subscribe. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And I will catch you guys in the next one for 7.2. See you in the next one.